Hello, Cheryl.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Awesome.
That's good. So good to see you in
Yes.
your neck of the woods.
Yep. Yeah. I'm just making sure that we have liftoff on the page. Yes, we do. Okay, we're good. Okay.
We're good.
So,
Yeah. Technology, right?
yeah. Yeah, exactly.
She's my technology guru. I'll ask her and she'll answer me, but she usually giggles first.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So hi everyone, and welcome to our call. And we appreciate coming in and spending your time with us and hearing about this fun journey that we're on. So Cheryl, I'm Sandy, and Cheryl, she's she's doing a challenge, and she's starting week 3, and we had part 1 last week of week 1. So if you want to see that, you can. And yeah, so week 2, then she had week 2, and now it's week 3. Week 3 is a real interesting thing when you're either when you're setting any goal, or you're working on your resolution, or whatever it is, whether it's weight loss, energy, or business, or whatever it is. Week 3 is usually the week that it's really tough to stay motivated. So no matter what it is that you're doing, I don't know if you guys find that. Yeah, right. You just trying to stay motivated, right, Cheryl? So
Yep.
yeah, yeah, that's for sure. So what's one of the things I want to ask you is, you're beginning your week 3, and what are you doing to stay motivated?
Oh, that's a good question.
I know, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, definitely doing the challenge helps, because I know there's a lot of other people that started January 2nd, and we're in it for to better our health, weight loss, whatever it may be, and then of course to win prizes, which doesn't happen all the time. It's just a New Year thing, so that's always good. But really, it's remembering what my why is, like, because like even today I'm like, I'm so bored of working out. I don't really want to stop at the gym and on the phone with my other half. And he's like, well, then you need to mix it up and do something like plan it day 1, day 2, day 3, and then you just cycle it. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, you're right. And this is the first time that I actually didn't stop at the gym on the way home. Now, again, you don't have to go to the gym to do this program. You can go for walks, or whatever floats your boat, sort of thing. um, but yeah, so just really remembering my why. So I really want to get healthy. I want to be fit into clothes I haven't been fitting into for a while. um, and yeah, it's remembering that. I mean, I heard somebody say this, and I don't know exactly where it was, but as women, I know there's guys there too, but as women, if we have an event to go to, let's say it's a wedding or whatever, and we need to fit into a dress, or we're going to see, let's say, our ex or somebody there,
Okay.
right? There's no damn way that you are not going to get in shape because you become highly motivated. And the likelihood of that happening is like, yeah, like, right? So it's hard, right? This is week 3. And yeah, I have, my goals in mind, my why or whatever. And your brain does this thing where it wants, oh, we want to be comfortable. We don't, but you kind of have to just again, remember your why. And yeah, just remember your why. And then if you're looking at your goal, like my goal, it seems actually quite big. Like, I have X amount of uh, of weight that I want to lose, and looking at the big picture, it's like, oh my god, that's like, I'll say it, 40 pounds. so it looks like the big picture, but you have to take it in small chunks, right? So the short-term goals are so very important. Okay, well, average is 2 pounds a week. If you do more, great. If you do that or less, don't be discouraged. So it's mindset that you just have to keep better and do it no matter what.
That's so true. That's so true because, whether it's 40 pounds, 100 pounds, whatever it is, if you look at that huge number, let's say it's 100 pounds, you look at that huge number and in the first week you lose 2 pounds, it's like, oh, that's 2 pounds. I've got to lose another 90. But if you do it in little increments, yeah, and it also those many goals, it helps to inspire you too, to keep you going, right?
Right.
It's like, oh, and then I always say, okay, so 2 pounds, or say, let's say you lost 10 pounds. Oh, 10 pounds, I've got, 100 to go. Okay, well, you go pick up 10 pounds of flour and you carry it around. So you think that 10 pounds isn't a lot. It is
Right.
a lot. Or
Yeah.
even 2 pounds of butter or whatever it is, or 2 pounds of fat, right? And all of a sudden you go, oh yeah, because it's more visual, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that is a really good point for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. It's putting things in perspective, right? You don't necessarily see things right off the bat until people notice, and then you're like, oh, did I lose weight? Do I look better? Do I look healthier? Oh, is my skin that much better?
Exactly, right? Yeah,
It's,
until they bring it to your attention and they say, oh, what are you
yeah,
doing different? You
yeah,
know,
yeah,
right?
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So, just for fun, I did pull up some stats on this today because on motivation, because um, and this is kind of New Year's, but I think it could kind of go like in a term wise. But it said that only 9% of people will keep their resolution or their goal for the full duration and actually reach it, and that's like scary, right? Like, because everybody always has good intentions. So with that, um, they said the number one reason that they gave up was motivation. So hence why we're talking about that today. So
Exactly.
yeah, right. So yeah, kind of feeding into that is the number one way that people become successful in their goal is and this is what I did. Okay, actually there's two parts to this. The first part is if you announce what you're doing.
Right.
Hello everybody. I'm here
Yes.
to lose weight. So and be healthy. Kind of go hand in hand. But if you announce to the public what you're doing, you are 65% chance more likely to reach your goal. Right? Oh, yay, that's good. Awesome, right?
Yeah.
So normally I'm a quite private person. I don't go on Facebook and, announce anything.
Yes.
So people are like, oh, I haven't heard from her in like a year. And all of a sudden she's on Facebook or, what is it? YouTube or whatever. Anyway, so that. And the second part is accountability. If you have accountability partner or even accountability group, that goes up to 95%, right?
Wow.
Basically, you're just someone to check in with, and like my other half, Brian, he's like, you going to the gym today? Have a good workout. Go to the gym today.
Yeah.
And if he asks me, and if I say no, why not? Why not? I thought you wanted X, Y, and Z, right?
Right.
And the one thing that I like about working with you and the company and the products is that there's accountability, there's mentorship, there's people to help you along the way. When you have questions like the drops that I take, um, helping me, telling me to set a timer, things like that. Um, are helpful. Otherwise, I just read the thing and did it on my own.
Right, right.
So, so yeah, that's one thing that that I like, is that there is that accountability, there is that mentorship, there is that the group of people that are going through this challenge, and even after the challenge, it's always ongoing. There's people there that you can just pop in and ask a question, and ever somebody has done this, and they have an answer for you. Or you're like, oh well, what's a good recipe with cauliflower? Well, somebody will have it, right?
Mm.
So
Yeah.
that's one
Yeah,
thing.
and that,
Like,
yeah, and that's true. It's that the challenge is ongoing, right? So I mean, the group is there. So if you, you know, yeah, if you want to continue the challenge, you can just keep, for your own health,
mhm,
you can just keep going on the group. And the nice thing too is, let's say let's say people, you're struggling with something.
yeah,
Oh, I find when I come home this and this, or I find when I'm out this and that. And you just ask the question, and because we're all in the same thing, we're
mhm,
all helping each other. We
yeah,
all help each other and say, "Oh yeah, I know that happened to me too," or "That happens to me. This is what I do," and
yeah,
someone else will chime in and say something, and this is what I do when and so there's all these tips and recipes, and so I mean those are two huge points that you said. Tell the world
yeah,
and have an accountability,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
And those are two huge. And no matter what it is you're doing, whether it doesn't matter if it's a weight loss journey, or if it's a health journey, if it's it has to do with business,
mhm,
a business that you have or whatever. If you have those things, the accountability,
right,
that really helps you, and you're all the same minded people, and you're all working to strive and lift each other and help each other up. So that's
right,
fantastic, right?
exactly. And since it's funny because we've been talking about, oh, doing these drops and this group, yet we're just explaining the journey. But if anybody is curious about the products that we're using, or me, I know that I think you're doing it too. I'm not sure, but I know you have done it before. People are welcome to put like hashtag product or hashtag info, if you're curious about what it is exactly that I'm doing. um, yeah, it's just because we just talk about it and people are like, oh, well, that's great. Well, what's going on?
Yeah, yeah. Right. And now, can they also private message you too,
Oh,
Cheryl?
oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah. So I mean, if you're not comfortable saying, okay, I want to lose this or that, you can do a private message too,
right.
right? So
Mhm.
just, and no matter what it is, whether it's motivation, weight loss,
Right,
energy,
right.
sleep,
Oh
whatever it
yeah,
is that you're,
yeah.
right?
Oh, I was going to tell you.
Okay.
So, so the weight loss, just for anybody that's listening. So the weight loss challenge, or weight loss, or transformation. It's not necessarily weight loss. It's just health, and then weight loss is kind of an after effect, which is awesome. But anyway, so um, there's certain supplements that you take that helps, but there's also other ones, and I'm taking one other one that helps with sleep. I'm not a bad sleeper. I've always been a good sleeper, which is fine. I actually look forward to go to bed. but but the one thing that I wanted to say, that is crazy, is that, like, I work out weights. I work out differently. That's a whole other topic. But I work out weights for strength training, and um, it dawned on me like a few days in that, oh my god, I'm not even sore.
Wow.
And I'm like, this is the weirdest crap. I was gonna say the S word, but weirdest crap ever. Because usually it's like, oh yeah, no, I can't work out this today. I need a day off because this hurts or that hurts. And it's just like, okay, I know I'm working hard. This is really weird. I'm not sore. And
Wow.
I
Yeah.
and I'm pretty sure that has to do with that,
Y-
with the renew the
Yeah.
natural HGH. But yeah, so
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah, I've heard stories about that's one of the things is
yeah,
is your recovery,
yeah,
and people that work out. Let's see, that's what the athletes take it and things like that. Is
yeah,
the recovery is and they're stronger. You
Yeah.
get stronger, and your recovery is quicker.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've heard that even from other fitness trainers and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
so
And
that
I
oh
hadn't
that's
heard that. I hadn't heard that before. And I'm like,
oh
this has to be why.
yeah okay
This
that
has
oh
to be why. So now there's no excuses, right? Because I'm
yeah
not sore. I can go again.
exactly. You threw how the brain works, right? Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I can't do it today.
Yeah. Oh, I'm just gonna
Oh,
take
so
it
that's
easy. Not gonna happen.
well, that's a good discovery too, right?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome. Mm,
Yeah. So
yeah. And we have so many things that help with so many things, and it's anything that can help make your life easier,
yeah.
and that brain, you
Yeah.
know, it just wants sometimes it just wants to you know trick you or say this or say that, right? You go, yeah, I know,
Yeah.
yeah, you're right, but it's that motivation and things like that, right? Where you just it's like,
Yeah.
what's going on? There's something real funny going on here, right? I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, for sure. So as always, so I will tell you this what's gone on this week. So
Okay.
for most people, you will use the majority of everything the first week, and the second week is like a trying week. I'm no exception, and I knew this is going to happen. So, but I am still down 2.25 inch,
Oh,
in the good spots this time.
in a good spot.
And another pound and a little bit in the weight loss. So I'm not sad about it. I'm still moving in the right direction. I'm still moving every day. So to me, the small wins are what matters, and just keeping at it, and being public about it is my motivation, because people will see what's going on. And if I drop off the face of the Facebook or whatever, then yeah. So yeah.
Wow. Wow. And then you look at the big picture too. I mean,
Right.
that was your week, but then you look at, what your total was for the week 1 and 2, right?
Yeah, it's
So
8.4 for the first two weeks. So that's
that's
you know
awesome,
yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
And then
So
and then you had inches too, right? Yeah.
yeah, so 2.25. So
Okay.
so
That was this week, right?
yep,
Yeah. So then
yep.
you had last week as well, didn't you?
Well, no, that was from the first to second to third.
Oh, I see. Okay,
Right.
okay, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you keep we're gonna have week 3, so and you're accountable and you're telling everybody. And I know you just you just say
Yeah.
nothing about
I don't like I usually do she knows me. I usually do things on the side and then don't say a word.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah.
Yes,
So
that's so
this is
true.
yeah.
So
So
this is new for you. So I mean, huge congratulations for um, you know, your success
yeah.
and how you're doing and telling the world and finding things along the way that that you're noticing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as you're going along your journey, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Because you notice different things in week 1, different things in week 2,
Yeah.
and different things in week 3, like you say, the soreness and stuff. So that's really
Yeah.
good to know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you say I'm sore, I'm going to call you on it.
The only thing that was sore was my abs, but that's because I hadn't done them like for the past 2 weeks, and I did them a couple days ago, and then it's like, oh yeah, I feel them. But you know what? It was short lived, and they're fine.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. Great.
yeah,
Okay,
but
well, is there anything that as we end this, that anybody has any questions, or like I say, do you know, anything else you want to say before we end it
um,
this week?
no, I don't think so. If anybody is looking for wants more accountability, no matter what they're doing, or if they're curious of what's going on, you can either, like I said, put info or accountability hashtag, or just message. We have some comments. Brenda says, "Huge congrats! You really are motivating." Oh, it's so nice. But yeah, so we'll come on next week. We'll see what's going on, what kind of gets triggered. Now, if anybody has any questions, you can just put them in the underneath the video here or the chat or whatever, and we can think of a topic and we can answer your questions next week.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah,
Yeah.
and next week it'll be at the same time,
Yep.
the same day. So, yeah, we want to keep it. So we want to keep it consistent, right? So,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
So huge congratulations! I'm so proud of you. Oh my gosh, I can't tell you. And yeah, and just keep going and that motivation, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay,
Thanks.
everyone.
Nice.
Thanks for your time. Thanks, Cheryl.
Thanks.
And we'll see you next
All
week.
right. All right.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.